Will the minister update the House on how the government is increasing support to older Australians, including over 30,000 people aged 65 years and over who live in my electorate of Robertson? How is the government acting to ensure that older Australians have more choices for a longer life?
The Minister for Aged Care.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the member for Robinson for her ongoing interest in ageing Australians in her electorate and the representation that she makes. Last night's budget, the Treasurer announced a record $5 billion spend of additional money for aged care and senior Australians, a total of 20,000 new high-level care places since last year's budget, and 13,500 new residential care places, along with 775 restorative care places for those who have need of them. In addition to that, we've listened to people on the ground who've talked about the need for face-to-face interaction, so we will be putting into place aged care navigators who will assist people in hubs across the regions where it is absolutely important. We're looking at simpler forms. We're looking at upgrading My Aged Care, which has created challenges in the past. We're streamlining the assessment for aged care services so that Australians have a timely assessment that gives them the opportunity of making decisions and choices. But on top of that, what we've done is we've focused on a mental health need in aged care. People over the age of, particularly men over the age of 85, have the highest suicide rates. They are extremely concerning. So what we're doing is we are putting $82.5 million into mental health in aged care, residential aged care. $20 million will be provided to mental health nurses to help older Australians who live alone and who need the level of support and intervention to ensure that they are given an opportunity to make the right choices around the life that they take. Suicides in older Australians is not something that any of us should ignore. There will be $32.8 million for palliative care in residential care, which is an initiative that is absolutely important in ensuring that quality of life is provided to those living in those facilities. $22.9 million for physical activity tailored to over 65s in partnership with community sporting groups to keep them active, agile and looking after their musculoskeletal frame so that they reduce the level of falls. $5.3 million for dementia innovation, not research but innovation that allows technology and other support mechanisms to be put into place. And finally, health checks at 45 and 65 years of age, which allows people to look at their health status, consider what their options are as they continue into that ageing continuum towards 100, but equally the economic and financial planning that they need to make in terms of both their ageing and their time within residential care. This government is looking after senior Australians, and I acknowledge the work that we've done.